Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the door. Stay clear of the door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode number 216 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today is August the 26th, 2024, and ladies and gentlemen, it is Halloween Horror Nights week. Woo-hoo! Holy crap. I can't believe we finally made it. I need friends to get in here and celebrate this with me, so let's welcome in our co-host, the number one fan of Halloween Horror Nights. It's Landon the Doz Doane. Landon, welcome to the Monorail. How fired up are you about Halloween Horror Nights?
I think you might be reading your notes out of order. I'm good. It's me. It's the DOZ, Landon the Doz Doane, coming in from the Isolation Station Club, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. And I'm for those of you checking out the YouTube, I'm actually rocking some Monorail merch as we recorded this fine podcast. Hopefully, you're doing well, and God help us, it is Halloween Horror Night week because it's the beginning of September towards the end of the week. So down in Orlando, Florida, that means it is now officially spooky season.
Well, the funny thing is it's not even the beginning of September at the end of the week. It's the 30th and 31st.
Who knows how calendars
August.
work? Honestly, since 2020, who knows how time works? You could tell me that April of 2020 is going to be at the end of this week and be like, yeah, that tracks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's believable. Well, we need somebody to get us on track and tell us how time works. So I'm going to welcome in the one and only Stephers, fresh off her Disneyland trip. It is Stephers. Stephers, welcome back to the Monorail.
Hello, it's me. I'm back in the time zone. That is correct. And my brain is broken. Let me tell you, I think that was the big, like, it was a pro, but it was also a con.
A big con? Did you get conned at Disneyland? Because they tried to tell you they have a castle, but really, do they have a castle?
I have thoughts. It's fine. We'll discuss. It's okay. Don't yell at me.
I'm just kidding. You know this is a trigger argument for those Disneyland truthers over there.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a whole thing, really?
Oh, yeah, true. Because they hate it when people go over there and talk trash about their castle. Yeah. It's fine.
It's a little cutie.
It's a little cute. It's so cute. Listen, it's not about the size of the castle.
It's what the castle does.
Crowd,
yeah.
Castle size.
Yeah. It's what it represents.
That's what everybody I've been in a relationship tells me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, it is not about the size of the castle. It's how you wield your royal authority.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
That's Say it with your chest, Justin. Say it with your chest.
Well, first I said yield, which is probably more correct. Here, I'll hand it over. I'm not trying to fight anybody. You can take the royal authority. Well, we're going to get to the whole recap of the Disneyland trip at the end of the show, but before we get there, we do have some Walt Disney World news, and I feel like we need to get into that. We even have some Universal news. I don't think we have SeaWorld today.
SeaWorld.
It's okay. We love you, SeaWorld. We're still your official podcast, but we are going to plug our noses, we're going to put on our swimmies, and we're diving into the news. That's right, dreamers. We're back with news from around the Central Florida theme parks. And today, we're going to hit them quick because I really want to get to that Disneyland discussion. But we're starting with Walt Disney World because, hey, that's how this whole thing started. really important news. And by the way, I know last week I teed up the Food and Wine Foodie Guide. We're going to get to that. Not today. We don't have time for that today. We'll get to that later. Today, we're going to have a little bit of food news, and that is over on the Disney Boardwalk, Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs is now open. And the picture that we have from this www.magic.com article is a fried pickle with a hot dog right up the middle of that pickle. So
Hold on, what?
Yeah, I mean, that's the number one picture right there at the top of the article.
That's the pickle dog,
and
which
so
is featured at Blue Ribbon
It's a pickle
Corn
dog. They also have they have a street corn dog. They have a lemonade and strawberry lemonade that you can get. They got fresh spun cotton candy. It's Boardwalk foods with a twist, I guess.
They also have something they call the Golden Dragon, which sounds really good.
Oh, what's that?
All beef hot dog fried in corn bread batter topped with sriracha aioli and sesame seed, served with miso slaw and a bag of chips for the low price of $15.50.
Oh, it's in cornbread. Okay. Oh, they all are. It's all cornbread batter.
Yeah,
so this one's different because of the sriracha aioli and sesame seeds.
Like I retched talking about that pickle dog, but I could get down on a Golden Dragon and that Mexican street dog. Those sound really, really good.
I'd try them all. Why not?
Mexican street dog was my nickname in college. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Oh my!
Coming from the mean streets of Seymour, Tennessee, right?
That's right, because I'm spicy. All right, well, a hot dog over there is going to run you $15.50, and it doesn't matter if you're going with the pickle dog, the Mexican street dog, or the Golden Dragon. A kid's dog is $10.50, which is a smaller size all-beef hot dog served with a bag of chips. And, of course, they have you can get the classic for $12.50 if you just want a classic. Yeah. A lemonade, $7 for a medium, I guess, and then a 32 ounce is $9. And then the cotton candy made to order, fresh and fluffy, $8. Pink vanilla pineapple, $9. Pink vanilla pineapple. Okay.
Pineapple cotton
you do
candy.
You.
Huh.
You do you. You cotton candy. It's like Dole Whip of cotton candy, I guess. I don't know if it's allowed. It may not be allowed, but we will.
Yeah, here on the Monorail, we allow any type of cotton candy that you prefer. We're not going to be gatekeepers of the cotton candy community.
Yeah, no gatekeeping.
So,
here.
Of the offerings of Blue Ribbon Corn Dog, I said that I would enjoy Mexican street dog or the Golden Dragon. Any of these jump off the page for y'all, or the menu rather?
I would try the pickle dog. I'll do it. I would volunteer as tribute and try the pickle dog.
Did you also say that it's served with peanut butter?
Well, I don't need that.
What is going on? Like that pickle dog is having an identity crisis.
So
it's fried. It's a pickle. It comes with peanut butter. It comes with chips.
Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs was something that was over at Disneyland first. I think it existed over at Disneyland first. And I don't know if you know this, but over in California, recreational marijuana is okay. So, you mix in a little of the sticky icky, and then you might start being open-minded to things like a pickle dog with peanut butter.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Well, Stephers, you are now our Disneyland expert. Do you care to weigh in on this?
Everything Justin said makes it act like. Let me tell you, we'll get into it. We'll get into it, but I would try anything. Recreationally in what's it called? Influenced or not. I would definitely try. Listen, I'm not really picky when it comes to food, so I'd be down for anything. I don't remember seeing this though, but it's probably there.
I just Googled it, a quick Google, and there is a Blue Ribbon Corn Dog in Anaheim, California. It must be in Disneyland, so yeah. But I remember when they announced it was coming that I feel like people were excited because they were like, oh, that's something from the other coast. Getting over here on the correct coast. Anyway, yeah. I think we could probably divide and conquer and try everything on that menu as a monorail
Easily,
team.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we should.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a quick update because, people were so excited when Communicore Hall opened. They loved it. Rave reviews for Communicore Hall. And I just wanted to share, sadly, for a few days, Communicore Hall is closed at Epcot. This is, of course, ahead of Food and Wine opening up at the end of this week. Can you believe that? Food and Wine is coming.
Wow.
So on August 29th, Communicore Hall will reopen as an exhibit space and show kitchen for Food and Wine. Now, as we said at the time when people were so excited and giving rave reviews about Communicore Hall, we were like, wait, hold up. If you like it now, just keep in mind this place was intended to be used during festivals. And when you see it for Food and Wine, you're going to say to yourself, "Oh, I get it. I get it now." And then also I said on Twitter, I can't wait to see the giant figment sculpture in butter.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm going to be so excited for that butter figment.
Then we can finally figure out what figment tastes like, and the taste is going to be buttery.
Yeah, buttery and delicious. Imagine if they let you walk up with like a croissant and you just got to like kind of scoop some butter right off.
Oh, a
figment.
nice dip of figment.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect topping. But anyway, I do believe that Communicore Hall, I'm being facetious, of course. I know people were like, really? This is all Communicore Hall is? But it really was intended to be like a blank space, like a white box, essentially, for group events and for festivals. So I think it's going to look totally different when it opens for Food and Wine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and you can roast me in the comments. But we'll find out at the end of this week. But some very good news, for those of you who have already gotten to see the Celebration Encanto, Disney has announced that they will be extending that show in Epcot. It was supposed to close September 7th, and now it's sort of open-ended, but it's reportedly set to continue through February 1st of 25. I'm imagining because it's getting good reviews. People are enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all the way, that's pretty interesting, too, all the way through the holiday season. I thought maybe they'd do something else for the holidays.
Or maybe
they might give them special outfits.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And I thought maybe there would be a chance they would change it up with the festivals. We're talking about Food and Wine Festival getting ready to start up. Maybe they would change it up with that. But as an Encanto fan and as somebody who has not been able to experience a Celebration Encanto, I'm excited to hear that it is being extended into what is reportedly at least February of next year. And as somebody who has a trip coming up in, oh my God, like 2 weeks, this is something that I'm going to be I'm looking forward to experiencing when I am in Epcot. So,
yeah, maybe. I just remembered I won't be here while you're here, Landon. Never mind.
You know who will be there?
Who's that?
Girl.
Wait, well, I'm down there.
Well, why don't you all go and just enjoy the Celebration Encanto without me? How about it?
He will. He's literally going.
And I can let you know how it is, bud.
I hope to
We're
hear.
all one monorail. We're not separate monorails. We all ride together, whether we're together and we're riding or
Except
not.
in this instance, we're going to be riding not together. Yeah. It's going to be a very long monorail.
No. We're just little ghostly presents. It's fine. We're like merging the parks, right? So like I know that's in Magic Kingdom, but like we're gonna take a little field trip.
Hey,
Landon in Epcot.
the monorail connects everything. It brings us all together. That's the whole
See?
point.
I mean, that's what my T-shirt says.
And it's a great T-shirt. And by the way, it just reminds me, yesterday, as you hear this, it was Saturday. Our good friend Keenan from Part of Our World podcast, the great podcast that is now retired, it was his birthday, and I saw a birthday picture, and he was wearing a Monorail fam T-shirt.
There we go.
On his birthday.
Keenan is my favorite member of the Monorail family. That's my gimmick, by the way.
Come on. I invented the Monorail family. I'm at least allowed to use it.
Well, that's fine, but there was some discussion in the Discord. Oh, I thought that was a Monorail. No, that was my gimmick. Mine. The Doz came up with it. Cretins. No, that's a different gimmick.
Okay,
sorry.
well, Landon, if you're going to stand on business there, I just have to say I first discovered the ribs, so those are mine. I claim the ribs.
I claim Universal in its
B word,
entirety.
please. Not you, Stephers, Jay.
Come on. I bought you your first ribs. You know it. You know it.
You merely adopted the ribs. I was born into the ribs.
Oh.
I feel like I'm torn between two parents and I don't know whose house.
Stephers, we're going to share custody.
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank goodness. I'm
We'll have mediation
stressed.
scheduled as soon as the podcast is done.
I'm stressed. That was stressful.
Hey, speaking of Monorail family, this one reaches out to some of our members of the Monorail family who are DVC members because they got some exciting news. This past week, we got a look at some of the features of the Polynesian Villas, the new tower, the Island Tower, coming to Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, projected to open December 17th. They did say it would be in 24, so I guess they're sneaking it in right at the end of
Still
24.
counts. Yeah.
Yeah, it still counts. Some of the questions we had were, what are the dining opportunities going to look like? Are they going to have a lounge? What are some of the shared spaces, the resort spaces, the pool, play areas, that sort of thing going to look like? And that's what Disney gave us a look at this week. And I just got to tell you, I was tricked at first. I was fooled. I believed something I saw on the internet because Mutual, that I follow on Twitter, posted that they were very excited to sit at the open air rooftop bar at the Island Tower, and they shared a picture of the bar that Disney shared here with the Polynesian Island Tower. And I believed it. I thought it was true, and no, it's not at all. It's not a rooftop bar. It's down on the ground floor outside, but it does have a beautiful view of the castle. And I heard someone say this, so I'm ripping it off a little bit, but someone said it gives like Geyser Point vibes. Totally down for that. I love Geyser Point, but in this case, the open air bar will actually be looking at Cinderella Castle. So that's great.
All right. I actually think that's a massive upgrade over Geyser Point.
I know you're not the biggest Geyser Point fan.
Well,
I remember you.
That is true, but I'm talking just in general, like having that view over what Geyser Point has, which is just like looking out over water, which is like,
it's water.
Yeah.
The electrical water pageant goes by at night. It's kind of
okay.
cool.
That is cool, but guess what? You can look at water a lot of places. You can't look at Cinderella Castle most places.
That's true. And one of the cool things about the outdoor seating as well, and by the way, we're talking all about this new Wailulu Bar and Grill, which is going to have these like little booths that are sort of nestled into a water feature. So there's like a nice running water feature behind all these booths that'll give a nice ambiance to the area. I love the theming. I don't know if people have been thrilled about the Island Tower theming. I think it looks great. To me, it looks like a modern, sleek take on like the Polynesian theming, and I like it. I think it's really cool.
Is that not what it's supposed to be?
I think it is, but people think it's like bland or something.
Funny. What?
Yeah.
I think it looks cool.
Also, yeah, it does. It does. We're getting some love for Moana because, of course, they've incorporated some Moana theming into the Polynesian.
It's about time. Moana really doesn't have any representation in the parks.
That's true.
I'm staying silent during this conversation.
Disney, have you thought about doing more with this IP? I know you really haven't gone heavy with the IPs, but this Moana girl, there might be something there. Disney,
there might be. They should really cash in.
I know you listen to this podcast. You thinking about it?
Well, they're going to be using Moana for a whimsical new splash area that will feature life-size sculptures of Moana and her iconic canoe in the Moana's Village play area.
That actually looks really cool. I mean, like, I know we're talking mad-ish right now, but that looks really cool. So
I called it Village.
I would go to that splash pad.
I meant to say Moana's Voyage splash pad.
I knew what you meant.
It does look cool, but it at least in this artist rendition, it takes up a lot of real estate in that splash area. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, it is huge. But I think the kids will be able to climb up there on it. So that'll be fun.
That will be cool.
Yeah. So the tower will have a cove pool, a brand new 0 entry pool offering, and even more opportunities to relax. And finally, they shared a picture of this terrace garden, which I think is going to be somewhere up on like the 5th or 6th floor of the tower, where members and guests staying at the Island Tower will enjoy exclusive access to there's 4 of them, terrace gardens. Each garden will feature vibrant artwork, lush foliage. The spelling of foliage always surprises me. It gets me every time.
Foliage.
And yeah, foliage. And uniquely themed seating areas. The distinctively designed hideaways will offer families a serene locale to gather and take in views during their stay of water, but more specifically of the fireworks, of course. They'll be able to see the fireworks from there. So, very, very cool. I already said this to my DVC friends, but I'm looking at all of you. I hope you will take me to go visit these stations and see them in person.
Most definitely. Yeah. Okay, us 3 here are not DVC members, but hypothetically,
Right.
if we were to throw all the Disney Dollar-a-doos in the world and become DVC members, would this new addition be your home base, so to speak?
Oh, if I could afford it, I think it would, yeah. This one, or for me, Bay Lake Tower. Those 2 are my favorites if I had to pick a home base. But this one, I love the Island Tower. I think it's great. So yeah, I say yes. Stephers looks like not convinced.
No, I also don't remember. I don't remember all of the options, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. I like tower-wise, like new towers, this would be my choice. But like I would love to just live at the Riviera Hotel,
Yeah.
but I can't even afford a normal stay at the Riviera. So, yeah, just dream a little dream. I don't know the rest of the words to that song. So.
Well, I mean, it would be a dream come true, I would say, to have your home base at a place like this. And again, I'm appealing to my DVC friends. I'm going to do puppy dog eyes on the YouTube. You must take me to go visit the Wailulu dining area. Not rooftop bar. I want to go to that bar. Get me in that bar.
All the bars. Bar. The bar.
Jay will start his own rooftop bar. He will go to the roof at the at the Polynesian towers and just drink on the roof.
I could
It will
do
be
that.
a one-man rooftop
You know
bar.
who actually has a rooftop bar? Wait, do they actually? Yeah, they got a rooftop lounge.
Well,
I'm just
where's
saying.
that, Stephers?
It requires us to go across the Universal.
Oh, I see what she
Oh.
did there. Okay,
All right.
all right.
Let's do it.
I really did. Yeah, we did it. Universal dropped some information on the new Universal Helios Grand Hotel. And with this news, they provided news about the hotel, obviously, but they also, I want to touch on this, they also recategorized the hotels, and it caused a little bit of confusion with people because of how they recategorized. Is it in this article? If not, I have to look it up.
I don't think it is.
Essentially, they put what is today the Premier Hotel, so Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, Portofino, and Sapphire. They made them into this new tier. And what happened is everyone was like, "Wait, does that mean Sapphire is getting Express?" They are not changing the offerings at each hotel. All they're doing is grouping them together. I'm not this might change in the future, but right now this is what we got. So it's Signature Collection, which will include Helios Grand Hotel, Portofino Bay, Hard Rock Hotel, Royal Pacific, and Sapphire Falls. Then Prime Value, Aventura, Stella Nova, and Terra Luna. And then Value Inns and Suites, Cabana Bay, Universal Endless Summer Resort, which includes Surfside and Dockside. This is interesting to me. And I think at some point they will have to change the offerings. So I think this is their setup to do so. I like this list. I think this is a very good list. And I think anyone who's been to Sapphire and has stayed at Sapphire can agree that Signature is a great place to put it.
But did you agree, Stephers, with the placement of Aventura and Cabana Bay? Because I heard some people saying those should be flip-flop.
I agree with this
You
list.
agree with it?
Cabana
Okay.
Bay, okay, listen here. I have very hot takes when it comes to Cabana Bay. I think Aventura is more of a modern vibe, which will lend itself to being a prime value. But I think the reason why is they're typically priced the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that they'll cut the prices for Cabana Bay a little bit if they're going to classify it as a value, and not increase Aventura, but they might do both, to be honest with you.
They could
Oh,
do
that'd
both.
be a bump.
Because Cabana, I think the reason why a lot of people say that is because they were the same tier, they were like the same prices and stuff like that. But I do think Cabana Bay is closer in. While this is such a hot
Value.
take, people are gonna hate me.
It's closer to like a value stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a great offering. Don't get me wrong, but like the people that will stay at Cabana, like the families with the lazy river and the bowling alley, like it just lends itself to like a value time for a bigger family. Like I think that this is a good move in terms of.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any lesser than. It's just I think this is where it fits
Yeah.
categorically. People are gonna hate me for
No,
that
I don't
statement.
think so. I really wanted your opinion on it. I think that you're correct, but I guess, Landon, have you ever stayed at
I've
Cabana
not
Bay?
stayed at Cabana Bay. I've stayed at the Aventura a couple
Yeah.
times. Me and the Smoking Hot Girlfriend are big fans of Aventura and their robot butler, which is dope. But never at Cabana Bay. So I'm
Okay.
I'll be honest, I am kind of surprised to hear that Cabana Bay is listed at a value price point. Again, not having stayed there, so I might be coming at this with a viewpoint of ignorance, for the lack of a better term. But I always thought Cabana Bay was at least a couple notches higher in the hierarchy when it comes to Universal resorts.
So I've never stayed at Aventura, but I've stayed at Cabana Bay a couple times. So we can share our experiences, Landon, and come up with a good comparison here. My thought was actually I did think Cabana Bay would be a higher tier because I feel like it offers more to do on property. And I thought that having more activities and amenities, and I get that, like, still room quality wise, Aventura is probably a notch up, and they do have a nicer. They do have a
rooftop bar, and me and Lindsay took you up there one time, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks. See, I do have friends that take me to rooftop bars. And the rest of you are on notice.
Exactly. Yeah, putting you on blast. Yeah.
Tom, Michelle, I'm just kidding. I know I give Tom such a hard time, and he's like, "We've literally tried to take you there."
We would never put Tom and Michelle
one.
on blast.
No.
The rest
I
of you
think-
ding dongs, though, I'm looking at you.
I know the last time that Tom and Michelle tried to take me to the rooftop bar at the Bay Lake Tower, I think I was the one that canceled, so it's on me. I get it. But anyways, I just thought I guess I could say room quality and maybe overall resort level of like finishes and product quality. I could see Aventura being maybe higher, but then like you can literally walk to Volcano Bay from Cabana Bay, and it's connected. And then you've got like the views of the volcano right there. You've got like you said, Stephers.
Mhm.
I think their pool, the Cabana Bay pool, is top notch. It's got a great pool. It's got a great lazy river. The pool bar there is fantastic. So that's why I thought that they might be flip-flop, but I don't know.
I think something to remember is that this is I know that maybe we're comparing this to like Disney, how like we have All Stars. So like those are like
Mhm.
I know they're like updating the rooms and stuff. I genuinely don't think that these tiers reflect like the quality of the resort. I think maybe it's more like, and I don't want to say that none of these hotels are like family friendly, but I genuinely just think it's just like the overall vibe, like Cabana Bay and Endless Summer, I think just go together. Like I think
Yeah, that makes sense.
not even thematically, but just like
Yeah.
that's just like a family friendly. I'm taking my family on this once in a lifetime vacation. Maybe I'm doing a split stay at Disney, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. You'll get all these great things. And I think that makes it better though, being a value, because it's like you see all these great things and I'm like, that's a value resort? Really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's a great value. I'll say that. I totally get it. Anyway, I was just voicing my thoughts on it, but I think that you're right. I think ultimately it makes sense how they did it. I'm just a little surprised. That's all.
Okay, sorry, that's not even the hotel we're talking about. We're talking about
Yeah, I'm
the
trying to remember
Helios
the
Grand
resort. Man,
Hotel.
Lindsay stayed.
What resort? What are you talking about?
Oh, it was one of the deluxe resorts we stayed at when we took her daughter down there. It was like staying at one of the
Royal
resorts
Pacific.
at a White Lotus. It was dope.
That's awesome.
It was really
Okay, so the Universal Helios Grand
Oh, yeah,
Hotel
that
is going to be a Lowe's Hotel, 500-room resort located at Epic Universe, which is opening in 2025. Let me tell you, it'll be a majestic Mediterranean-inspired escape rising above the lush gardens and scenic waters of Celestial Park at Epic Universe, which is going to be great views, I can only imagine. It's designed to blend immersion and relaxation to create a hotel stay like no other. Tranquil sleeping accommodations, entertaining amenities for the whole family to enjoy, divine dining options, and a stunning sorry, let me get my mic closer. A stunning rooftop bar. And the hotel's very own dedicated entrance to the new theme park.
Oh,
Sorry, move my mic away
we
now.
stay winning, guys. We stay winning.
You didn't even mention they're going to have How to Train Your Dragon rooms for kids
I
and for Landons.
have. Okay, so let me scroll through this whole thing. There's a bunch of things. You'll be transported into a fantastical world within the palace of Helios, the Greek god of the sun, adorned with beautiful details of celestial patterns, dazzling constellations, and elegant yet casual Mediterranean design elements. I wonder if it'll change depending on the time of day.
Ooh, I hadn't
Like-
thought of that. Okay.
Like
Like
the
sort of
light,
the
the
lighting and
sunlight.
stuff.
Yeah. I wonder.
That'd be cool.
The lobby's magnificent floor-to-ceiling windows, it has to. With floor-to-ceiling windows, it has to. Is a breathtaking vista of Celestial Park, boasting some of the best views of Epic Universe. This might rival the volcano at Volcano Bay with Cabana Bay. As Landon said, there will be where's How to Train Your Dragon suites, where little ones can take to the skies and rest amongst dragons in a colorful room inspired by the Viking village of Berk. Bright, inviting, and warm, the guest rooms and suites of Universal Helios Grand Hotel evoke the tranquility of a blissful garden, with many of the rooms offering fantastic views. Cool, we love that. Like I said, there'll be a dedicated entrance to Epic Universe, which I think is going to be a perk in and of itself, especially. Well, listen, this is going to be an interesting opening. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. And I think it's amazing. Like that's of course one of the biggest perks that you could ever have at a resort hotel, being seamlessly connected to a theme park. Like you literally feel like you're staying in the theme park when you stay there. And I think that that's going to be pretty epic. But I was going to say, like, it's so funny to me because I think Universal in a lot of ways, especially I'm going to say since like COVID, when I get surveys from Universal, one of the things that they always ask, they do sort of a comparison, like between Disney and Universal. And one of the things they ask is which one offers a more seamless stay. And I always say Universal for sure, because there's much more complications with a Disney resort stay than there are with Universal. It feels like it flows much easier. So, but this one is like, you don't get more seamless than being connected to the theme park.
My question, I think, and I don't think it'll answer it here in this article, is currently what happens if you're like a local and you're going to Epic Universe, is where my thought just went, so everyone has background. If you're trying to go to Volcano Bay, you park at City Walk and you take a bus to get to Volcano Bay. What is going to happen with Epic Universe? Are they going to have parking structures on site or off-site somewhere, or are they going to try to pack? There's no way they're going to try to pack everybody in the current situation. But like, what is it going to be like a separate parking structure where like you'll have to take a shuttle? Is it a separate parking structure where there's this seamless kind of just flow into the park, like a City Walk situation where you park there and you kind of go in? I think that's something I haven't paid attention to in terms of where people go to get into the
Yeah.
park if you're not staying at this hotel.
And I can't answer this definitively, but I will say I've seen a lot of pictures from Bio Reconstruct on Twitter, and one of the
Park
things that I've
garages?
seen in the pictures, there's not a parking garage, but there's a big parking lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can park there. And I asked the question too in a joking way. Like, say I wanted to just go to the Grand Helios to go to the rooftop bar. Can I pull up to the security booth and just be like, "Hey, I'm going to the bar"? And are they going to say you can't park here? So, and I made the joke, are they going to make me park the
Yeah.
TTC? But the question actually is, would they send me to just park at the parking lot for Epic, and then I'd have to walk through Epic to get to the...
Probably. If I had to guess, probably if you're not staying at the resort, because I think that's part of the immersive, seamless experience for resort guests is like, oh, you're not competing. I mean, but maybe not. Maybe, I guess as time goes on, it'll be easier flow of traffic, but...
You would have to
maybe.
imagine they'll be pretty strict with the parking there, because it'd be so easy to be like, yeah, I'm just going to the bar or restaurant or wherever, and you
Yeah.
walk right into the park.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Epic going to be kind of far away from the footprint that Universal already has with Studios, City Walk, and Islands of Adventure?
It's
I mean,
it's across the interstate.
Yeah. So it's going to be far removed. And going back a few episodes where we were talking about Stephers, you mentioned it's going to be a very interesting launch for Epic Universe. A few episodes ago, we were talking about the rumored launch for Epic, how you had to buy a 3-day pass and you only get 1 day in Epic. This all sounds cool. This Grand Helios Hotel. But knowing you only have 1 day in the new park that you're literally connected to, that you have an entrance to from your brand spanking new hotel, with all this bar Helios with the rooftop bar and these grand views. It's like again, this all sounds really cool, but to me, like knowing you could only go to Epic 1 time on your trip kind of takes some wind out of the sail for me.
I do think at some point that, like, I just don't know how much fuel to that fire I'm not sold. There's no way Universal is going to roll that out in that way. To me, that just
I hope
doesn't
you're
make
right.
sense.
I really do, because we talked about it when we were talking on that rumor several episodes ago at this point, and I said it then, I'll say it now. It's like talking on those rumors really poured some cold water on excitement that me, the Smoking Hot girlfriend, and her daughter had for going down to Epic next year. It's like, if we can only get in there one time on our trip.
I will say, I think what they're gonna do is date specific tickets. I think that is probably. I think at the end of the day, they're just trying to monitor people, like who's
I get
coming
that.
in. I think date specific tickets are the way to do it, and then just X amount, like sell it in advance. I don't know, like maybe don't sell tickets at the gate for X amount. I have no idea. I don't run a theme park, clearly. Like I don't know, but I don't want it to be a reservation system. I genuinely just think do date stamp tickets so that you're going this day. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then you go X amount of days. Like, I don't know why you would put a cap on how many days you can go into the park. That doesn't make sense. Like, crash the site and buy multiple days. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I can tell you, just based on the work that I do, I have heard even people that I work with talking about those ticket packages and saying the same things that we heard, that it's going to be a multi-day ticket that you can only go to Epic for 1 day. So right now, that's the word on the street, and I hope that it doesn't stay that way, but I'm just telling you, and I'm somewhat in the industry, that's what I've heard too.
But that's not what we're here to talk
No,
about.
we're
We're
not.
here to talk about this rooftop bar,
Yeah.
Bar Helios, a sparkling and stylish rooftop bar. Bar Helios at Universal Helios Grand Hotel offers a delectable menu of creative tapas and familiar favorites, thoughtfully handcrafted specialty cocktails, and unmatched 360-degree views of Epic Universe and beyond. Making this the
that's
perfect
gimmick
spot for guests
infringement.
to
Right,
kick back.
Yeah, somewhere Buzz Lightyear is calling his lawyer right now.
Making this the perfect spot for guests to kick back in the evening after a busy day in the parks. Which
Y'all.
parks? Please
If-
advise.
The parks.
You're one busy
Period.
day in Epic Universe.
I don't need to
I
spend a
will
busy day in the park.
say-
I'll go up there without going to a park. You watch me.
The rendering is very, if you've been to Aventura, it's giving Aventura just elevated. It's giving an elevated themed, like, let me be honest. Aventura, great rooftop bar. There ain't no theme, and it's
No.
just
Yeah,
existing.
it is
just a bar.
literally a rooftop bar. They went to rooftopbar.com and bought that sumbitch sight unseen.
Yeah, this is giving, like, it's subtle, but it does, I mean, just based off of the roof, the dome.
Yeah, the
The-
dome,
you know,
the
I'm-
golden dome.
Yeah, I mean, it has constellations on it. It has little writings on the, you know how in pour one out for Poseidon's Fury, but you know in Poseidon's Fury how they had the story told on the ceiling with the black
Yeah.
light, whatever. It's
Yeah.
giving that. Oh, maybe that's what they took it from. Oh, pour one out to Poseidon's Fury.
Stephers just made herself sad.
Yeah.
This is sad. It's fine. But yeah, no, this looks great. Justin, aren't you so excited that you're gonna have your new favorite spot in the hotel forever?
It may very well be my favorite like theme park resort bar. It might get there. It's going to depend on ease of access. I will say that, because if it's difficult to get to, then I'm not going to go as frequently as I
You
hope.
ride an you just ride an elevator.
No,
oh,
I
you
mean
to the
like where do
actual
I get to the
hotel?
park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind, yeah.
That's
Will they
all I
let
mean.
the riffraff in?
But
That's a good question.
now, flip side, if you are spending a day at Epic, it would be very easy to like walk into the hotel, go to the bar, and then come back down and go back into the park. So that would be super easy, but that would be, the asterisk is you're already spending a day at Epic. I need bars where I don't have to have that asterisk, and then I can go easy.
Listen here, you know you're gonna be going to Epic for a good bit.
Oh, sure.
Anyway.
Oh, sure.
So,
But as a local,
I know.
on busy days, I'm like, well, maybe I don't need the park, but I can go hang out at the bar and have a nice view of the park. I'm totally down with that, and it does look amazing. I really hope that they have some nice specialty cocktails. I'm looking forward to having a good pink drink there or two. That's how I roll, Stephers. Don't act confused. I'm a pink.
No. I'm judging you internally, just with my face.
Ouch.
You know,
I just always end up with a pink drink. That's what happens.
there's gonna be a celestial drink of your choice that's gonna have pink glitter. It's gonna sparkle
I'm
and
sure
it'll be pink. 100%.
There will be
Yeah.
glitter
It will
there
make your
in
doo-doo
the drinks.
twinkle.
I love. Also, I love tapas. Small plates. I enjoy tapas.
Mhm.
So that's great.
Something that I think is also going to not combat, but like go hand in hand with is the resort style pool. So there's going to be a 0 entry pool, complete with underwater speakers, which is my favorite thing at Hard Rock. Poolside cabanas available for rent, a hot tub, poolside movies, recreational activities, and more. So let me tell you, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a poolside bar.
There is
And
Lotus Lagoon.
Let me tell
Named after my
you,
mom.
Yes.
those nachos better be fire. Every Universal hotel I've ever stayed at, we've gone to the pool, we've had the nachos. I've never had one bad plate of nachos. This is going to be the Stephers test.
Okay.
Is going to this pool, and trying the not even the quality of the room, nothing else, just the poolside
Stephers,
nachos.
would you say
Well,
that these
it's really
nachos
good.
better be epic?
They better be epically
Okay,
delicious.
all right.
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact that they named this bar after the Lotus. That's very
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I scrolled
Yep,
down.
But she should consider suing them for copyright infringement, and they'll have to change it to the Stardust Lagoon.
True.
You know what?
True.
Honestly, we'll settle out of court as long as we can stay down there and get upwards of 2 days in Epic Universal, are you listening?
There are 3 restaurants slash quick snack areas. Flora Taverna, a full-service restaurant offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a lobby bar with a light and airy atmosphere featuring an open-style kitchen with live cooking. Ooh, I love that. Mediterranean comfort foods, pizza ovens, and al fresco seating overlooking the beautiful scenery of Celestial Park. Aurora Market, a contemporary coffee shop and market offering freshly roasted coffees, delightful grab-and-go food items, and enticing snack and dessert options from morning's delight to night. That sounds very similar to, I can't think of what it's called at Hard Rock, but there's that cute little Embolo, something like that. That little shop with ice cream and coffee. Sounds great.
Also, the thing they have in the lobby at the Aventura as well. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, lots of these places have like a grab and go market. But again, we've got copyright infringement with
I was just gonna say,
there.
Aurora. I'll have my mom's lawyer call your lawyer, and we can get in a class action lawsuit, and maybe we can negotiate it to upwards of 3 days at Epic Universe.
And then the Lotus Lagoon, you get the cocktails, you get the burgers, you get the salads, sandwiches, and
just
more.
say salads
That
is-
more better be nachos.
Salads. Salads.
Okay.
Listen here, I don't want
All
to hear
right,
it.
that's fine.
And then you'll also be able to, you'll get early access to the park up to 1 hour before the park opens with valid theme park admission. And complimentary shuttle bus transportation to the theme parks and Universal City Walk, resort-wide charging privileges, complimentary merchandise delivery, and more.
You know what they should really consider now that they've got this third park that's going to be separate from the main City Walk and Studios and Islands? Could I suggest another form of transportation? Perhaps a Universal monorail? Come on, Universal. You can do it. There's no copyrights on monorails.
I mean, clearly not. We've already sold our soul to SeaWorld, so.
That is true. We did.
I mean, and that would be
Oh.
perfect because now, like, people, when we brought in the Universal talk, people were like, wait a minute, I thought this was a Disney podcast. Hey, put in a monorail Universal and we can hush all the critics.
Yeah. Install a multi-million-dollar
That'll-
form of transportation so we can hush our critics. Yeah.
Yeah, do it for us.
Listen, they're already doing the Bright Line. What's another lull? Just
Yeah.
sprinkle it in. It doesn't even have to go as far as Miami. It just has to go from Universal to Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the
Brightline's
hotel.
just a fancy Universal.
not done yet.
Monorail. Yeah.
It's Universal. Ugh. And we know we love the MCO monorail.
Mhm. Number
And
one.
See?
look,
Number one.
there's always room for more monorails.
We're not picky, y'all. We're not picky.
Imagine if the monorail stopped at Volcano Bay too. How wonderful would that be?
Through the volcano.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Now we're talking.
Yep, this is a good
Anything
plan.
is possible if you just believe.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Never mind. That'd be too much, maybe. But no, I don't think everybody would like that. But I was thinking the ET bikes instead of a monorail. It would be the ET bikes.
Okay, now that's just ridiculous.
That would be pretty
Stephers.
funny.
It's ridiculous.
That's where you draw the line at
Yes.
ridiculous.
Mhm, that is
I'm
where I
done.
draw the line.
quit. I quit.
Well, that's exciting. It looks great. I mean,
Okay.
we knew that this hotel was going to be beautiful. And look, people complain. They're complaining about everything. Like they complained about the Island Tower kind of being bland. And I've heard people say the rooms look nice, but the general spaces at Grand Helios look a little generic. No, they look great. They look beautiful. They look gorgeous. I can't wait to be there. You hear me, Universal? I'm heaping the praises on you. Get me in that rooftop bar.
Media. We need media pass access, and we will give our great review of the rooftop bar, but
Mhm.
also like the park. Like let us into the park too. Like don't just
Let us into that park.
Let us do all of it.
Subtle, y'all. Very
Universal.
subtle.
We'll change the podcast name and everything.
The Wizarding World is going to have a moonshine bar. Are you kidding me? Like that? Then you need to
Mhm.
get me in that
I
park.
mean, our
Yeah, I'll just-
ancestors created Moonshine Universal, as far as you
It's
know.
true.
Oh, cheese and crackers.
All right, that was great. Are we done talking
Okay.
about the Helios Stephers?
Yes, we are done. We'll more information. I will say they dropped more detailed information about this hotel than they did about
Stella Nova?
the other two,
Yeah.
Stella Nova and
Oh
Terra
yeah, I
Luna,
forgot
whatever
those
it's called.
existed.
So I'm interested to see in compare. Like I know Helios is going to be a grander scale, but I wonder since Stella and Terra are going to both be in an Aventura bracket, if they're gonna do like a modern celestial vibe, but a step down, like how they're gonna bridge, like, or maybe it'll be like a Cosmos vibe, and it'll just be like a step up to like a Endless Summer. Just, you know what I mean? Because they're sister, like, right? They're sisters.
Yeah.
So I think maybe
They're
they'll do
twins.
like some sort of dueling, but for a step up, Endless Summer, maybe.
I'm sort of picturing a festival-free Communicore Hall type vibe.
I'm tired.
And it will also have a buttery Figment statue. So
No. You know what you actually need? Figment. Okay, hear me out. Go on this ride with me. It's instead of a butter Figment, you have Figment fondue, where the fondue is coming out of his butt.
Nothing like some good old Figment butt cheese.
Oh my goodness. You're talking, are you referring to a chocolate fountain? Oh my gosh.
That was so good. You were with me.
I almost saw it coming. It was like seeing that the big headlight on the front of a train coming at you from a from a tunnel. It's like, oh, here it comes. Figment butt.
Well, we're not topping that. Good night, folks.
Listen, it was great. I had you too. You were with me. But yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with that part.
All right.
Oh.
Well, Stephers, even though I feel like I shouldn't allow you to speak anymore today, we have to talk about Disneyland. I mean, I am so excited to hear your reviews on Disneyland. Speaking as a person who's only been to Disneyland once and never been to California Adventure, and Landon, I don't think you've ever been to the West Coast Disney properties.
I've been one time, but much like you, never California Adventures. I was a little Landon, so.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew you went to Disneyland, Landon. I feel like I should have known this.
Yeah, what the hey, man? I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't maybe as small as you were when you went. I would have been 19 or 20 years old, but that was a long time ago, my friends. And
we've lived several lives since then.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Stephers, was this your first ever trip to Disneyland?
First ever trip to Disneyland, and I went, there were 2 days, and I got park hopper for both days. The first day I went by myself, completely solo.
Nice.
Completely. It was not my first time in California. I've been to California one other time, but I went to the Warner Brothers tour and I did Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Oh, okay.
And then I vomited at Six Flags. Six Flags. It was a whole thing.
She even got the
Did
T-shirt.
you vomit at Disneyland or California?
I vomited at Six Flags.
So no, I did not, but I almost did.
Oh.
But we can get into that as I run through my days here. So this was where the pros and cons, but the pros of being an East Coaster came into play. So Haunted Mansion Holiday, I was blessed by the Disney god. Haunted Mansion Holiday opened or reopened, but right before my trip, but it opened as a virtual queue.
Oh.
So I channeled my inner Justin Monorail.
Oh yeah.
And I nailed a virtual queue for Haunted Mansion Holiday right at 7:00.
Nice.
And then I was like, oh, I probably should get up and get ready. So then I got ready and then I Ubered to the parks. By the way, got board in group 14.
Heck
Wow.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Stephers.
The park opened at 8. I got called at 9. So it only took an hour. So slight. So I got to the park probably at 7:45. I will say the rideshare drop-off is this cute little parking lot, like right outside where you walk in to the main area. So convenient. Like, I have to say, so convenient.
Yeah.
If you're if you're staying on property or whatever and you're like super close, like sure, walk, but like I was staying maybe 20 minutes away and that was better than where we parked and had to walk the next day. But that's besides the point. I started off.
Well, I wanted to say just real quick with your arrival. So I don't know, most people maybe are aware of this, but Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure are like the entrances are right there beside each other. So
Correct.
they're separated by an esplanade, I think is how you say the word, esplanade. But like you've got one side is Disneyland, one side's California Adventure. So literally, like if you want to talk about seamless, that's pretty seamless. It's right there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It was very, very quick and easy. I walked. So another thing that they do is they actually let you in. The park didn't open till 8, but they let you into the park onto Main Street before 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then they have it like roped off
Yeah.
per land. So each land was like roped off, but you could go. There was this fountain, you know, the little, you know, like the hub grass to like the fountain. So I was there and I was told to rope drop Fantasyland. So Stephers, mind you, short little Stephers with the crowd, you know, it's a vibe. I have a video of like the crowd around me. I got there like 15 minutes before park opened, like, and I was waiting in there.
Nice.
So met a cute little family. We were all talking. It was cute. It was fine. I rope dropped Peter Pan.
Oh.
Now some people were like, "Don't waste your time with Peter Pan because it's Peter Pan and there's always a long wait." I was like, "Well, it's right there. Let me just go do it." I waited a whole like 5 minutes and I got on.
Nice.
Then I rode Alice in Wonderland.
Nice.
I have a notes app. Alice in Wonderland. I was trying. So there's like 5 of the rides. So it's Peter Pan, Alice, and then Toad, Pinocchio, and Snow White are all like in the same little area. So then after Alice, I did Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And I forgot. And then I did Pinocchio's, and then I forgot about Snow White.
Whoops.
I was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Let me go get food," which I'll get into a second. And then I said, "Oh, snap." And I didn't say snap. I completely forgot. I was texting Adam the entire time. I was like, "Did I do Snow White?" I was like, did I say anything? I hadn't. So I went back to Fantasyland to do it, but it was only like a 5-minute wait.
Nice.
Peter Pan was cute. I will say nothing special. If you've been on it at Disney World, don't waste your time. It's not a big deal.
It's basically the same, right? It should be.
Yeah, I want to say like the Neverland part is slightly different, but I also don't ride Peter Pan when I go to Disney World anymore, so I couldn't tell you like what's completely different.
Okay.
But it was cute.
Yeah.
It seemed more vibrant, but like I didn't notice anything super whatever. You know what I will tell you? Alice in Wonderland. That ride, underrated. Y'all need to ride that ride. Like, I know people are like, that's the other coast and you know, it's whatever. It is so good for a dark ride. Like, it's slow. It's whatever.
What do you mean for a dark ride? I love dark rides. You don't have to. You don't have to give that caveat.
Oh, well, I just feel like people are sensitive to things. Alice in Wonderland was probably one of my favorites, and it was just so well done. It was like, you know, when she's like super sad and she's like lost and she doesn't know where to go. Like, it was very much that vibe where I was just like, oh, I feel like you feel immersed in the movie.
Nice.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
Mr. Toad's, never been on it. I know that we used to have it. Never been on it then. The ride vehicles were super cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
No idea any of the lore behind Mr. Toad. I just want to let everyone know. I went in that blind. I was like, we don't have it on the East Coast. I'm going to ride it. It was cute. I love to see it. No idea what happened. Like, don't ask me what happened in that.
I can tell you. You go to Hill. You go to Hill and you die.
There were some creepy people, so like that tracks.
Yeah.
There were some creepy situations had by all.
You have a drunken car crash and you go to Hill.
What a Disney ride.
Oh. That explains a lot, actually. It was a good ride.
It's a fun
just
ride.
was so confused because I didn't know the lore behind the
It's
ride.
a ride
But
about
it was
drunk
cute.
driving
I like
for
it.
the kids.
Oh, no. I will say there's a cute little photo op in the Toad car, and I have that. I'll post it on our Instagram if I haven't already. I was trying not to post a lot of the photos because I wanted to talk about my trip before I posted the photos. And then I rode Pinocchio's. Listen, this is my hot take. I know Pinocchio and Snow White are not on the East Coast, and like if you rope drop Fantasyland, go ahead, do it. Snow White, you blink and it's over. Pinocchio, you watch the movie, you know the story. You don't need to ride the ride. Like there was no point. Like
okay,
not,
all right,
not a huge
Stephers.
fan. Not a huge
Okay.
fan, but I'm glad I did it because I've
Is
never
the
been.
Snow White ride at Disneyland the one that we had at
2 seconds.
Magic Kingdom back in the day? The one that was terrifying?
We had a.
We had Snow White's
This was.
Scary
Yeah.
Adventure.
Yeah, no, this was not terrifying. This was literally the book, like the story
Okay.
in like 2 seconds. Like it was like you turn evil, you turn in a cabin with the dwarf, turn evil witch, turn kiss, turn everyone's happy, and that was it. It was
Okay,
like, it was like what's
All right.
happening? It was like a whole like 360. I'm done. I don't know.
All right then.
Then I stopped for food. I went to Jolly Holiday and I got an egg bacon croissant, a cherry vanilla macaron, and the chimney sweep cold brew. Every single thing that I purchased, 10 out of 10. That macaron, I have dreams about that macaron, and I know that that's silly. But cherry vanilla, it was so good, and it was like big, and I love to see it. I will say it was $30 for all three, like all of that,
Okay.
which size-wise, not the best value, but I understood I was in California and Disney, and that was the vibe. But the coffee was great. It wasn't too bitter. It wasn't too sweet. It was a great balance. It had like some foam on top. It was great. I have pictures of that, and I'll post it too. Macaron. Woo. Not the best thing I ate the entire trip,
Okay.
but it was really good. And then I was like, okay, I'm fueled and ready to go. And guess what I decided to do? Get my back broken on Matterhorn.
I feel like I encouraged
Yeah.
that. I was like, you got to go on the
You have
Matterhorn.
to.
You have to.
See, I had to because we don't have
Mhm.
that. And I was like, I never understood. I didn't look up anything. I didn't understand what this ride was. I sat in the front. I was like, I was afraid like I was gonna get nauseous. I like on rides where I was like unsure. I was like, oh, let me ask to sit in the front. So I asked to sit in the front. And he was like, do you want the front or the back? I was like, oh, and I had the birthday pin on, so really that just added to
Yeah.
it. I chose the front because typically, like on drops and stuff, like it's just a better vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know if sitting any other place would have helped, but you get jostled and thrown,
Yeah.
and like it was like, and like I was like this on the you can't if you're on the YouTube, I'm motioning, but I was like this, but I was like maybe I'm gonna break my arm like having my arms like this. So then I was like this, and I was like this isn't much better because my body's going like this. It was
Yeah.
ride it, but also understand if you have back problems,
Don't
don't
ride it.
ride it. Like I can't stress that enough. Like it's not even like a chiropractor adjustment. It is just it is like a wooden roller coaster that like has no track. Like it was giving Speedway, what's it called? The Speedway. That where you're
Yeah.
trying to steer the car, but like
Oh, it's
clearly
just
you
like
can't
bouncing
steer,
on the
so
rails
you're
back and forth.
yeah. That's exactly what that ride was. Just more aggressive.
Yeah, that's what you always hear. Matterhorn's going to kick your butt. Yeah.
Then I rode It's a Small World. Listen, y'all have beef with It's a Small World. The only beef I had was that the queue was outside. That
Yeah.
was my beef. But other than that, 10 out of 10 ride. I loved that the characters were in
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and I took pictures of all the characters. I also took pictures of like really weird. Listen, and I'm not trying to offend any culture,
Oh,
but I
boy.
will post these photos. This
Great.
shouldn't. This is a terrifying thing. Like you shouldn't have that floating in the air for children to see.
Is this
it-
the episode where we really get canceled
Yep,
for sure?
It was Stephers that did it to
100%.
us.
No, it's creep. It was a creepy. Like it was like they tried to make a doll, like a figure, but they didn't finish it. It was something out of the
Nightmare fuel.
Correct.
But you always hear
then
that
I-
Small World's better, so
Yeah.
overall.
Mhm.
Oh, it was so good, so good. Then I did Roger Rabbit. Don't ask me what the full name is because I don't even know. I
Roger
did
Rabbit,
Roger Rabbit.
comma,
That was-
Who Framed?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I didn't know if the ride was called that, to be
I
honest
don't know
with
if it is.
you. I will tell you, I did not go into Galaxy's Edge at all this day. I was told, don't even worry
I don't
about
blame
it.
you.
You've
Yeah,
got
it's
it.
exactly
Yeah.
the same.
I did not do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and I didn't do like the
Oh.
Chinese.
Well, see, that's a surprise because at least the queue, like people talk about, like the queue is worth seeing for Runaway Railway.
Well, I missed out.
That's okay.
Sorry, but also
No, you
not
didn't-
sorry.
I thought you would have decided that was something worth
So the
doing.
queue is
That's all.
I thought
different,
about it.
but
I
the
was there.
attraction's the same.
I think so.
I also didn't go into Tomorrowland at all. I did not do their Buzz
Stephers.
Lightyear. The Space Mountain wasn't open, so there was no point for me to go there.
Okay.
There was
Well,
no point.
then I don't blame you.
No. I had Genie Plus or Light, whatever, multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
So I did do Big Thunder Mountain. That was, I don't say that was different, but it kind of felt different. It felt either smoother or longer.
I think it's better.
I don't know.
Yeah, their Big
It's
Thunder's
just-
better.
It was great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking a minute. Y'all know I'm not an AK hater, but y'all know that I don't necessarily like dinosaur.
Mhm.
That ride makes me want to vomit. Let me tell you about a little old ride called Indiana Jones, whatever the name of that ride is, but it's Indiana Jones.
Who framed?
Yep, exactly. Who framed Indiana Jones?
That ride is probably like one of my favorite rides there. That was
Yeah.
such a
Wow.
good ride that I cannot recommend it enough.
Awesome.
Like, it won't make you sick. It was, and I think what it is it's more like open space. You know, in
Yeah.
Dinosaur, you're like, I don't even know where you're going. This was like open road. Like, yeah, it jostles you around a little bit, but it was like you're on an adventure, and it was so smooth. It was great.
Stephers,
I
I
loved
feel
it.
like I'm on an adventure on Dinosaur. It's an adventure across time and space to
Mm,
save an iguanodon.
Yeah,
But then you're chased by the
no,
Jerkosaurus
no,
Rex
no.
the entire time. And other dinosaurs in various states of disrepair.
Correct, exactly. And then I rode Haunted Mansion Holiday fit in somewhere between whenever it got called.
About
It was
9 o'clock, if
between
I remember
front-
correctly.
Correct. Okay, let me tell you about Haunted Mansion Holiday. I don't know what the normal Haunted Mansion at Disneyland it looks like. Okay, I'm assuming it's very similar to ours, just better and whatever. This overlay at Haunted Mansion in Disneyland is the best thing I've ever seen in my life, and I cried. I was like, this
wow.
is so beautiful. Okay, listen, this might be maybe it was because it was my first time. I don't even care. I was in awe. I loved it. I don't even, I'm not a huge Halloween person. Like, it's not my favorite. Like, I'm a Christmas versus Halloween girl. Nightmare Before Christmas is cute, but, like, also not a huge, like, I don't go crazy about it or
Clearly
whatever.
somebody didn't shop at Hot
When
Topic
I
back in the
tell
day.
you, I did. Hold on, don't get it twisted. I did. But this was so great and like just made me so happy. You know, I don't know if y'all know. Justin maybe knows, but like he lives in Florida, so maybe not. But like when fall hits and it's the cold air and like it's just the atmosphere of fall, like it just felt so great. It was such a great ride. Like if you do one thing, do that. Like I don't even care. Just do that. And Indiana Jones. But that's
That's
the point.
I think that someday I would love to see that overlay
Mhm.
someday. The thing that I think is so amazing about that, it's not just they throw up some decorations and put a couple little
No.
characters. Like there's moving animatronics in that ride, and that's impressive to me. Like how they can convert the ride is amazing. I want to see it someday.
Yeah, same.
It was so great. I will come back with you and it
And
was
cry.
so great.
We can cry together, Stephers.
Listen, I don't cry about a lot of rides, but I freaking sobbed at that ride. Anyway, then that concluded my time at Disneyland. That was all I did. I didn't eat anything else. I didn't drink anything else. I moved on to Disney California Adventure.
So one question, do you feel like the multi-pass was a good value for that day? Did it help you get more stuff done?
It didn't necessarily. So this is my thing is I don't think I needed it that day, only because when I went to go book something, the wait was only like 5-10 minutes. I literally booked
Ah.
stuff just
Just to use
so
it.
I would just to use it. And the only thing, so Big Thunder was the one thing that I mainly wanted. Like I was doing a return time, but it went down. So I got 3 redeem at these select attraction things. So
Wow.
I did that, but I didn't even have to. Well, yeah, I went down 3 times. It went
Wow.
down every time, like 3 when I return time.
Oh, jeez.
Dang.
So,
Big Thunder was struggling.
Listen, that and Rise, I was watching it. Rise was also down.
More like Big Struggle Mountain, am I right? I'm right.
Don't grin and smile.
At least
No.
at Disneyland, it wasn't worth it for me. Like, I didn't really need, especially with me being one person.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it was fine. It made it quicker for, I guess, the things I used it for, but I didn't necessarily need it because the lanes merge at some point anyway.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, then we go to Disney California Adventure. Please note that this whole first day was ride focused because I was going the next day with my friends and I didn't want to like force them to do 10,000 things to me. Oh my God, what did I do here? Well, I did literally everything. Y'all would be so proud of me. I did not do the Grizzly River run. I did overheat at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, here's another beef I have. Y'all talk about no shade at Animal Kingdom. You know what doesn't have
we
shade?
don't talk about that.
Pixar Pier. Pixar Pier, like, the park doesn't have shade. Like, I mean, I found spots, obviously, but, like, I just felt like I was getting beat on by this. It's like when you're in World Showcase at Epcot, like, it was not, I reached a point where I was like, if I don't sit down in the shade, put my fan on, and drink some water, like, I wouldn't make the rest of the day.
But it's a dry heat.
No, it's not dry heat. It was humidity. Nikes. This is going to be in no particular order, mostly because, listen, no particular order. I went on the Monsters Inc. ride.
Okay.
That was so cute. I will say that it makes me more excited for the roller coaster, the Doors coaster. What is this? And that was really all that was in that little area until I got to Avengers Campus. I did go on Mission Breakout.
How was it?
Which is quote unquote similar to Tower of Terror. Y'all are a bunch of duker liars. That is nowhere near. When I tell you I got off that ride, I didn't vomit. But no, the answer is no. That was a one and done for Stephanie. And I'm using my government name. It's not it's Stephanie. One and done. I talked to a tour guide later that day because I went to the Grand Californian after. He was like, "Yeah, the technology is a little bit more upgraded or different, so it just goes. Like, there's no Tower Terror's cutesy. It's like, and then you vibe. This thing keeps bouncing, and it like shoots you up and drops you more than Tower of Terror does. Listen, I had motion sickness patches on. I needed one on my navel. I wasn't prepared enough for that ride.
Wow.
And I will say I was smart and I saved this ride and Incredicoaster for the end of the day just so I could vibe check myself, and I made sure I did everything else, and then if I had to do those the next day I could, kind of thing. But I did it because I didn't want to lose out on the situation. Incredicoaster, another ride that I did, that had single rider, so I utilized the single rider line. Great ride. It's in the beating down blazing sun.
Oh,
just keep
really
that in
hot.
mind. Maybe do that at the beginning of your day or toward the end of the day. It wasn't like, don't get me wrong, I was already overheating, so like that already was the strike against me. But the second day, I'm going to spoil alert to the second day, people stopped at the second tunnel that you go through, like on the incline, and they had to hand out umbrellas, and then they evac'd, like fire rescue evac after that. So luckily I did it the day before, but I could not imagine sitting in that. Like, I would have vomited for sure.
No, thank you.
I didn't do the Little Mermaid. I didn't do Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. Or any of the. I went through Cars Land, but I saved Radiator Springs Racers with my friends because I was like, oh, that'd be a cute ride to do with my friends instead of by myself. So I didn't do that. Mickey's Philhar Magic, I did the second day. That was cute.
It's the
same thing as. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything different. The theater looked different, but like the show looked the same.
Yeah.
I did.
I actually didn't realize they had that at California Adventure.
I didn't either until my friend was like, "Oh, let's take an AC break and go watch Mickey's Philhar Magic." I was like, okay. I did not do Pal Around. I was too afraid that I
Oh,
would get sick.
that's the crazy Ferris wheel, right?
Yeah, so there's a swinging and a non-swinging version.
Okay.
Did not know that, but I still didn't do either. I was
Oh,
like,
I want to do
Yeah.
that swinging version. It looks insane. It looks so
no,
fun.
thank you. I was watching some people. No, thank you. No, thank you. I did do Soaring Around the World.
Okay.
Mid. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I did it for the Vine, and I didn't need to do it. I just AC break. It's fine. I didn't do web slingers. I was like, respectfully, if I don't have the full immersive experience, I don't care enough. And is that really all of the rides there? That is all the rides there. That is all I did.
Okay.
I rode everything I wanted to. I also grabbed a drink from Pim Test Kitchen, the
Yep.
outdoor thing, and I got a cute little blue drink. It's called a Blue Hawaiian. It was a nice balance of sour and sweet. Because I typically go like sweeter, like the
Yeah.
Ocean Attack at Universal is typically sweeter. It's not as sweet as that. Avengers Campus was cute. It was kind of empty. And I don't know if that was because of time of day, but like there weren't characters. I
No?
don't think Doctor Strange meets anymore, to
No,
be
I don't
honest
think
with
he
you.
does. But what about Deadpool?
Uh,
Did you see Deadpool?
Deadpool was not out.
Aw.
I saw the Spider-Man show. I saw New Captain America was on like the thing.
Mhm.
I did not see.
No Scarlet
Captain
Witch?
Marvel was Captain Marvel and Iron Man were meet and greeting. I did not do that, but like I saw them. There's like a spot. You know how the Transformers meet
Yeah.
in that one spot? They have like Avengers rotate through there.
Okay.
Um. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And then character-wise, I met Anger and Frozone. I took pictures with them. Woody and Jesse, I walked by. Buzz and Bo Peep, maybe I walked by too. Like I saw people in passing, but like there wasn't Avengers Campus. I did not see Deadpool. I was kind of sad, but it's fine.
Well, damn.
Whatchamajinker. Okay, so then the second day, very quick Cliff Notes version since I had already done everything the previous day. The one thing I'm going to say is do the Lamplight Lounge.
Oh,
Do the Lamplight.
lounge.
That's right.
Lounge.
Whatever. Lounge. It's too many L's in my brain. Do the brunch. Do the brunch. Y'all recommended the brunch. Do the brunch. Mimosa Flight, Chef's Kiss. That brunch burger.
Oh,
I didn't order it for myself. My friends ordered it, and I took a couple bites of his burger. That was I don't know if it was the alcohol. I don't know if it was any other factors in this. It was so good. And then the French toast was also delicious. I don't regret ordering the French toast, but Chef's Kiss, like so good, and the service was great. Loved it. I did Carthay Circle Lounge lunch the day before. The bartender Adrian, shout out to Adrian, made me a custom like mint chocolate like Bailey's drink.
Oh,
that was
wow.
really good.
Nice.
Not on the menu. And then I tried their little pasta, and that was good too. The churros are better on the West Coast.
Of course.
I can confirm that. I got one for free from the cart man.
For your
Don't
birthday?
know the cart man's name. Yeah, for my
Nice.
birthday. He was like, happy birthday. Like, don't worry about it. I was like, thank you. And then I tried the churro toffee square. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. It was like a thin square that was like cinnamon sugar deep, like whatever. It was really good. What else did I eat? I feel like that was all the things I ate. We did not get Dole Whip because we were too full after we got churros. And I didn't drag them to eat it. Oh, we went to Oga's at like 10 a.m.
Oh.
There's this pastrami. It was like a bounty meal thing. And it was pastrami with like a cream cheese. You make the face. It was so good.
No, I'm just making a face because Oga's has food.
Yeah, there's eating
It
options
was
there.
like an
What the what?
appetizer. It was an appetizer. We had edamame and we had this pastrami situation, and it was so delicious. I need to like get the real name
Oh,
of it.
so we can
But,
get food at Oga's. We just have to go to freaking California to do it. Oh, neat.
I was shocked that they even had this. They also had 2 different drinks that were like new, but like also I don't
course.
think they have them on the East Coast.
Be
There
fair
was,
to Orlando.
They don't have do they have Naboo Sunset on the East Coast?
That
I don't
doesn't
think so.
sound familiar.
Okay,
no.
so they have a blackberry moonshine cocktail
Yep,
that was
no, we
so
don't have that.
good.
Wow.
I also tried something new called Taco Quencher.
Taco
My
Donna.
brain.
Taco
Yeah, yeah.
Donna.
I had that. That was really good. I like blue curacao. Fun fact of the day. What we had was the where the heck is it? And it came with focaccia too. Where is this food that I had? Oh my God, did they get rid of it?
You made it up.
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
It was all
It was a
agreed.
one-day
Oh, but they-
special.
They also have a pretzel knot that I didn't know that they had. Oh yeah, they changed it. They changed it on the 23rd. They have a harvest board now, which is sourdough bread. But
Of course.
I have a picture of the pastrami thing. It was pastrami with focaccia and like a cream cheese thing, and it was so delicious. 10 out of 10 recommend, but you can't get it on the East Coast, so sorry.
Or there anymore, apparently.
And it also was
This is what? This is garbage.
This is
Bantha Poodoo.
this is egregious, Disney.
oh, egregious.
They just don't want you to stay at
They
Oga's.
really don't.
They want as many people to come in as possible
There
and then
was
get
still
out.
there was a time limit, and they also had a 2-drink limit as well.
2-drink limit.
2-drink limit, 45 minutes, and then we also had like a shared table with 2 other people there with another group that came in.
Yeah.
By
the way, I feel like my mood is turning on Oga's because the last couple of times, I'm telling you, like I was the biggest supporter. I tried to be an apologist for Oga's for so long. I'm turning on
Welcome to
Oga's.
the dark side, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but you can kind of see it. That was a whole focaccia little loaf, and like that's pastrami in a bed of cream cheese.
Okay.
It was real good. I also saw Chewy. He commented on my ears, but I did not get a photo with Chewy, so I'm still on the hunt to meet Chewy and take a picture with him.
Chewy gives good
He
hugs.
does. Wookiee hugs are the best.
Chewy does give good hugs. And that really wraps. Our brunch view was also gorgeous.
So let me ask you a few quick hitters here.
Oh.
Best ride overall.
Best ride overall.
Or your favorite. It doesn't have to be best. Just your favorite. Your best experience.
Haunted Mansion Holiday,
Okay.
probably.
Favorite thing you ate.
Damn, that brunch burger wasn't even mine, but I'm gonna say that brunch burger.
Okay. Favorite thing you drank.
Oh. So I got a mimosa flight. The watermelon mimosa was my favorite out of the flight, and I think that was the most flavorful. Like the other ones were good, but like it felt like I was drinking the same generic thing that I always get. The watermelon mimosa was like different enough where I was like, this hits, and I
Okay.
don't even care about
That
watermelon.
sounds good to me. And then, what's one tip you would give somebody going to Disneyland for the first time?
I would do multiple days. This is a big tip. I would do at least 2 days, right? But I would have one day where you rope drop Fantasyland and do all the things that I just did. I think rope dropping Fantasyland really set me up for success. But I also would just have an extra day where you could just take in the views. I think if I had gone that second day by myself, I would have been able to just sit at Adventures Campus and just chill, or Pixar Pier and just chill. And like, I didn't. I was too go. Like every time you go to a new place, it's like go.
Yeah.
But at least the second day would lend itself to you just kind of relaxing.
Yeah, and taking a little more in. Sure. Did you not? You didn't mention it. Did you? Or maybe I missed it. Did you ride Pirates or no?
I didn't mention Pirates. Okay, their Pirates is so much better. I did ride it. Sorry. Like had it in my head and then I forgot. Their Pirates is so much better. So much better. That was like, so it goes Haunted Mansion Holiday, Indy, Pirates.
Okay.
Mostly because I didn't ride Spacebound. But that
That's awesome.
Pirates is like longer. They have other things that we don't have. It's like a whole thing. There's drops. Like it's a whole thing. It's so great.
And you get to cruise by Blue Bayou without having to eat any of their terrible food.
I didn't know you did that. Let me tell you, we went, we did that, and I was like, what restaurant is that? And then I looked, and I was like,
It's the
a thing.
San Henel Inn.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I was like, Grand Fiesta Tour? Am I on the right
We are
route?
now in the Mexico Pavilion. What just happened?
I was so confused. But yeah, all of that was really great. It was
That's awesome.
Oh, wow, I'm so glad that you reminded me about Pirates. That was like the one thing I don't remember if I texted you guys, but like I got off that ride and I was like, that was so much better than the one in Orlando.
Yeah.
It was so great.
That's what people say.
Oh, I also, if you're on the YouTube, I have my favorite photo from my trip.
You're all doing
was a
like
photo
a
pass.
Spider-Man web slinger type action.
Yeah. And I
Even though
also
you
took
didn't web
the
sling.
coasters. I also took the three coasters from Lamplight Lounge.
Nice.
Very cool.
Well, Stephers, that's awesome. It sounds like it was an amazing trip,
It was
and I'm
such a
really
great
glad you
trip.
got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you had
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for bringing back that report.
I would want to do Oogie Boogie Bash. I think, like, Not So Scary, I'm sure is great, but, like, I think I would rather do Oogie Boogie Bash, and one day I will.
Someday, that's the goal. I want to go over there so I can do the Haunted Mansion Holiday, Oogie Boogie Bash, all
So
that
good.
stuff. Yeah.
So, and I will say, I am talking about how hot it was. Everyone I know was saying it's a hotter summer than it was, but, like, in the shade, it was fantastic. It was just in the sun where, like, I was like, I need to take a break.
Yeah. You had one of those fans you wear around your neck, or did you have like
No, I have like a little portable fan that like can fold, so you can put it on a table and it'll blow on you,
okay.
or it's like a hold fan,
Nice.
and it has 3 speeds, and it was definitely worth it. Usually I'm like, oh yeah, you don't need that, but I definitely thought I got the use out of it. I used it both days.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that was great. That was a great
And I got
report,
this shirt.
Stephers. And I love that
Oh.
shirt. Go check out. We're on the YouTube. Stephers is showing her very cool shirt that she got at Disneyland.
Yeah, it was $40 versus an $80-something Spirit jersey that I don't really need. And this is like lighter weight. It's not heavy. It's just a long sleeve that's cozy.
Yeah. You get more use out of stuff like that in California as well because it gets chilly at nights anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Over here in Florida, we don't need Spirit jerseys and people wear them. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And I have Spirit jerseys. When do I use them? I use them like, I have them for like holidays and stuff, so I'll wear them for that. But other than that, I don't wear them.
Yeah. It's funny. I have a Spirit jersey. I didn't even remember which Spirit jersey I got, but I have a Disney one. I haven't worn it in forever. It's been buried in my drawer. The only Spirit jersey I frequently wear is the one I got on my cruise on the Royal
I can't
Caribbean
pull off
cruise.
a Spirit jersey. I've tried them on, and it's like, no, not for Landon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a style that doesn't work great for me either, but anyways.
But that didn't stop you from getting one, apparently.
Well, no. I feel like I just had to.
Did you
But-
have to?
I had to get, just like I had to get Crocs. I had to.
Did you have to get
Crocs are great. I
No,
don't-
no.
I did.
Crocs are great. I have a Gimli charm on my Crocs.
I will say Crocs are as
NET.
comfortable as they are ugly. So yes.
See? That's why people wear them. They sacrifice style for comfort. And that's my whole life usually.
True.
We're built for comfort, not
All
looks,
right.
y'all.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun. This has been another great episode. Stephers, thank you so much
Yes.
for bringing back that trip report. I'm glad we sent you on that assignment. Sorry we couldn't cover any of your expenses.
It's okay. My wallet hates me,
Maybe-
but my
maybe
heart
next
is
time.
full.
Yeah. And I'm going to be seeing you very, very soon. So you got to get ready for that trip. Landon,
Oh my God, so much content is coming your
Oh my
way
gosh.
for spooky season.
so much good stuff.
That's all I
Landon's
gotta
going to be going to he's going to be representing us at Not So Scary in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be
Yep.
great.
Mm-hmm.
say. We're going to very scary and quite terrifying Insidious time
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
with a new experience that will forever change us and our Halloween Horror
my
Nights
God.
experience. How are we going to do it like the normal people do? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It really is going to ruin us in probably more ways than one.
Yeah, y'all have fun with that, with Mickey's Scary AF Halloween party. I'm going to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Enjoy
take one
all
for
the treats.
team.
You'll get like a bag full of
That's one thing
treats.
I've never done.
That'll
It's
be
like, I
fun.
think this is going to be like my third Not So Scary. It's like, I've never done the trick-or-treating aspect when I'm there. It's like, I can get candy at home. I'm an adult.
Yeah, but if you want to, you could like fill up a bag,
yeah,
like a backpack full of candy. So, I'm an adult and I like candy.
I mean, I do too. I'm a fat
But-
kid. I like candy still, but at the same time, it's like I'm already paying a lot to be in this after-hour event. I wanted to experience stuff I can't, at the CVS here in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the candy aisle.
yeah.
You know they go
That's
to
fair.
Costco or Sam's Club and
yeah,
they just buy
yeah.
the big bags. You know that's all they do, dude. Sponsored by Mars Chocolate
yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
or Hershey
Yeah.
or whoever.
They always have those M&Ms on their like inflatable
Yep.
little. Get your treats here.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up for today. I will say that so next week we'll be here, same time, same place. I guess Landon, not next week, but week after, you will not
Oh
be with
yeah,
us. Is that true?
what does the schedule look like? Speaking of that,
Let's see. Yeah.
so next week will
What
be
day do you leave
business
to
as
come down?
Week after I think will be business
Oh.
as usual.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 weeks where we'll be all together for sure. So that's good.
And then
Oh my gosh, we actually, depending on timing, when I go down there, Justin, we could do like an on-site. My flight is not till later in the day.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely we could.
I'm
Wow. Y'all about to get it, dude.
questionable for the 15th, which would be the episode
Okay.
that drops on the 16th, but we can figure that out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will look ahead. Guys, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Spooky season's here. Football season is here.
Yeah, it is.
All the good stuff is happening. Oh, I feel such joy in my heart. And we want you to stay here. Don't forget, you can be watching us on YouTube, but there's a lot of other stuff that we want to plug right now. So we're going to get to that. First of all, Landon, why don't you kick it off? We got to plug Living with the Landon, and then you got to sing your song. Do all the
Yeah,
things.
Living with the Landon coming up April 1st, 2025, when I, Landon Doane, turn 40 years old. And to celebrate the occasion, I'm going to be heading back down to Florida and going to Epcot, where I will be rope dropping and riding Living with the Land as many times as possible. And in doing so, I'm going to be asking you, the lovely listener, to donate money to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, and all money donated and gathered for Living with the Landon will be earmarked for the Food for Kids program. We have merchandise for Living with the Landon. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a sweatshirt, you can get a coffee mug. Head over to the website, morningmonorail.com, to links there. You can also head over to bonfire.com and search for Living with the Landon. Any money raised past cost on merchandise will go directly to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. So you can help out a really kick-ass organization and get some kick-ass merchandise for a kick-ass event coming up April 1st, 2025, when I ride Living with the Land a lot and also turn 40 years old. But we'll continue to talk about that until April 1st and raise some money for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. But in lieu of that, follow me on the Bird app, LANDOZ. Please go follow me, Landon Doane. I'm the best, Landon Doane, not the rest. So you can follow me 280 characters at a time on Twitter. I also run a website, buttmunchchips.com, buttmunchchips.
Sit on your butt and munch.
But the website's still broken. Honestly, at this point, I really don't know why I renewed the URL. I think I renewed the URL that way. I still
Take it
have
off auto renew.
Yeah, it was off auto renew, and I decided to still renew it because I, ladies and gentlemen, am an idiot. But in lieu of going to my website, I invite you to tune into the Phil Show's radio station locally here on News Talk 98.7 WOKI. We stream 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. That website does work. Or you can download the iHeartRadio app or the News Talk 987 app and stream us as well.
Wonderful. Do all those things. But wait, there's
And breathe.
more. There's more.
There is? Oh, God, did I forget something?
No, you didn't,
Oh,
but
cool.
we can't forget
Oh, yeah,
Stephers.
can't forget.
Stephers. What do you mean? I talk so much this show, so much. Adventures with Stephers on Instagram and TikTok, and Sippin' and Bitchin' on Instagram and TikTok. New episode of Sippin' and Bitchin' coming to you on Wednesday, the 28th, if that's what the date is. I don't actually know, but whatever
It is.
Wednesday
That's
is,
what it
that's
is.
when it's
Good
coming
job.
out.
You nailed it.
So,
Nailed it.
slay. Part
That's-
1 of 10,000 probably, but you know, here we are.
How many books
New
have
book
you
hype.
read this year, Stephers?
52, 53.
Dang.
I think that's more books than I've read my entire
Uh-huh.
life.
Yeah, well, there's always one. You know, there's just
But
always
that's
one.
true.
in the friend group.
I've read a lot of comic books, and those are technically books. So, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's true.
Yep. They're books,
I
Stephers.
don't even think I've.
Don't throw shade at me. I can read.
Okay.
I don't think I've read.
I'm not throwing shade. I just squinted at
Mhm.
you.
I don't think I've read that many comic books in my life, to be honest. I just, I'm just not a reader.
I get it.
But
Reading's for nerds.
but I like going to theme parks, and I like talking about them, and that's why we are here. And if you want to continue to be part of this whole thing, you can follow us all over the social media at Morning Monorail, including our TikTok, which, did we break 100 followers yet? We're getting there. We're getting very close.
We're very, very close.
Yeah. We're building up all the time. Stephers is adding some of her Disneyland content onto the TikTok now. I've been trying to pull some stuff from the live show, and the editor in Riverside keeps failing me, but I'm going to keep trying because I've got a really good Goblin Ding Dong clip that I'm going to be posting to the TikTok.
I'm glad you're finally coming around to Goblin and Ding Dongs, Jay.
I actually have come full circle on it now. Perfect. Because the fact that like the AI notes thing after the show was over really leaned into the Goblin Ding Dong, and I think that's really funny. Yeah, so at Morning Monorail, all over the place. We have a website, morningmonorail.com, which gives you links to our merch shop. If you want a hashtag Save the Muppets t-shirt, you can get it. We have Morning Monorail fam t-shirts that you can get there. Join our Facebook group, Monday Morning Monorail fam on Facebook. And also we have a Discord where you can chat with us all the time, all day, 24/7, 365. We do all the stuff and we have a great time. We love you and thank you so much for joining us. You're the best fans in the podcasting biz, and we couldn't do it without you. But don't forget who makes the magic in the parks. That's the team members. That's the cast members. That's the whatever they call them at SeaWorld. I forget again. But you should thank those people. Thank a team member. Ambassador? Thank the ambassadors. Right. Thank a cast member. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.